Well, it seems what everybody suspected this show was going to be turned out to be true. And it seems those that tried to defend Kevin Smith and this change, or the fact that this was indeed a continuation, are now waking up and eating crow after watching the series, or the first half of it. Now I know some will say, well, this is just the first 5 episodes. You don't know what the second 5 episodes are going to be, the second half I should say. And that is true. But if the first half is any indication of what, we're getting so far, or what we're probably going to be getting later on, yeah, I think Kevin Smith needs to stay far away from this kind of stuff, especially if he's not a fan. And I think what happened here, and I think everybody's pretty much pointed this out, is Kevin Smith got paid by Netflix. Netflix saw the fact that they needed somebody to attach this establishing IP. The Netflix CEO saw, hey, I need somebody that I can depend on to make this show what it needs to be nowadays. Who could I get? And he probably went to Kevin Smith, paid him a lot of money, and said, go out there and tell people this is going to happen at PowerCon, and sell them on the fact that this is going to be a continuation of the series that they grew up on in the 80s. That's probably what happened. And Kevin Smith basically is now, pretty much walking around with egg on his face because he's trying to defend something that obviously he was paid to be part of, and he's not going to come out and say that. But instead of giving us an actual continuation, you know what we ended up getting? Exactly what I suspected it could be, that I mentioned at the end of the last video. Masters of Universe Revelation is nothing more than a satire. It is a satire / parody that's supposed to be taken seriously. That's what it is. It's one of those, situations to where a movie or a series, live action or animated, is presented as something you need to take seriously because of the action and the drama and all that. But in actuality, along with it, it's a satire. It's a parody. It's basically a mockery of what was, what it's supposed to be continuing. And this is proven by the fact that the characters that they're hyped up as saying being part of this, gone within the first episode or so. Characters that shouldn't be acting OOC are acting OOC. So in reality, my friends, as much as some of you may not want to agree with this Masters of the Universe Revelation, or it's called, or maybe we should call it Teela in the Masters of the Universe, is nothing more than a continuated, if it is a continuation as Kevin Smith puts it, nothing more than a satired, continuated parody. It's what it is. It's a satire parody of a continuation. That's what it is. And I know some people may not like to hear that, but it's true. It is a satire parody continuation of the original series, because you got characters acting out of character. You have Kevin Smith coming out and basically, humorizing on, oh, I'm gonna build up Orko and then kill him off because people found him annoying. It's like, dude, if you were never a fan of He-Man and you got paid by Netflix and the CEO to produce this series, and you decided, okay, I'll do it, but I'm gonna make it a parody, then why didn't you just say so? Why don't you just say that? Why don't you just say, hey, the CEO hired me on to do this, so I decided to make it a parody because after everything I looked up and researched about the show, yeah, it's, it sets itself up for, something to be parodied or satired. And that's not right. And that's not right for you not to come out and say something like that. Because what you did instead is you came out and tried to defend the fact that this was everything that it was. You tried to defend that it wasn't. And that's not good. You bashed people that pretty much told you, hey, we have reliable sources close to the whole project that's telling us it's this way. And even by your own accord, you admitted it through the synopsis when you presented the idea at PowerCon and throughout the next year or so. And yet you decide to try to deny that it's everything that was promoted it was going to be by saying it wasn't. And yet now, through reviews of early screenings of the first 5 episodes to now the official release of those 5 episodes, you, Kevin Smith, along with those that have defended you and those that have said that it's everything, that it's not everything that we pointed it out to be, You guys are waking up with egg on your face and you're eating crow for breakfast. And that's not good. That is not good for you or your reputation. And I know some people might ask me, well, how do you know it's set up as one of those kind of parody satires that's supposed to be taken seriously? Well, because of the fact that Kevin Smith has been known to do stuff like that. I mean, have you seen his Jay and Silent Bob movies? Has you seen Clerks? Anything else, movie, show, production-wise that he's involved in? Most times they will be satires or parodies of things that are happening outside of the real world or in the fictional worlds. That's what they are. That's what they sometimes are, and that's what they sometimes do. And I'm not going to, sit here and that's not what this is, because in my opinion it is. My honest opinion, this is what it is. Masters Universe Revelation, aka Teela in the Masters Universe, is a parody / satire. No matter what people say, that's exactly what it is. And you know what? If this is based on a toy franchise and meant to sell new toys for the franchise, and the ones that are selling out the most are He-Man and Skeletor and Skelegod, or Skeleglow, if you will. More so than, let's say, Teela and all of them, which is probably going to end up on clearance. Because of the reaction this show is getting. Hopefully Mattel wakes up and realizes, oh, we made a mistake in allowing Kevin Smith to touch our property. And hopefully with Netflix losing their subscribers that they are, which is 500,000 subscribers with the stock down because of the wokeness, hopefully this wakes them up and realize, okay, we can't go this route anymore. Let's just go the route we're supposed to go with these kind of shows and keep them true to what they were. Hopefully that wakes them up, but we'll see. But yeah, Kevin Smith, Netflix CEO, anybody that's tried to defend this, tried to say this was not what it turned out to be, I hope you enjoyed the taste of crow this morning. I hope you enjoyed washing that egg off your face. And honestly, Kevin Smith, I hope you had your laughs. I hope you sat down in your recliner and yucked it up at the fact that you basically turned this show, this continuation of the Filmation series, into nothing more than a satirized parody of the original. Because that's what it is, based on what has been done, based on the characters, the way they're acting, based on the way you treated characters and stuff like that. I hope you are yucking it up, or had your fun yucking it up in your home, laughing at the fact that your parody satirizing of this show, of this franchise, got off the ground, and everything, and it's going to be running, and everybody pretty much is going to be watching it, and everything. I hope you had your fun. I hope you enjoyed the money you got out of it. Because guess what? Like I said in one video, I think after this is all said and done, I don't think Netflix is going to want to have anything to do with you, or they're going to want to have anything to do with the Master Universe franchise after this and after the other show they got coming as well. I think after this one and the other He-Man show they got planned for release, I think they will be done. And honestly, with them losing so many subscribers and the stock dropping because of the decision to go woke, I think this is going to wake them up and make them realize they can't go the woke direction anymore, and if they're going to revive or continue IPs like this, they got to do it the way they're meant to be, not the way they envision them to be for today. So yeah, in my honest opinion, I think this was nothing more than a parody and a satire. That's what it is. It's one of those that's supposed to be taken seriously and everything, but in reality it's one of those that's supposed to be taken seriously and everything that's a parody and a satire. That's my honest opinion. But let me know what you guys think. Comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are on the live chat. Clownfish TV, I'd love to hear from you guys on this, because I think you guys would agree that that's seemingly what this feels like. So let me know what your thoughts are, guys, and I'm out.